It's a very beautiful day in the city of Port Harcourt today, being the 15th day in the month of September 2023. And this is the Newspaper Review right here on Tap TV. I'm very excited to have you join us this very beautiful rainy day in the city of Port Harcourt on the program. All right here, we take the newspaper headlines and we get to talk about them right here on the program. And to have that conversation with me on the program is Kosi. You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
How have you been?
I've been good. I've been fine. I thank God.
Yeah, thank God it's Friday. What are your plans for the weekend, though?
Well, I've not thought of it, but my weekends are not always that unique, but it's mostly attending my extra classes because
Okay.
I'm learning one skill like that.
Or the
And
other. Yeah.
so
Interesting.
I'm just attending to the classes and all that. Nothing much.
You
Then
sound like you're going to do a lot of sleeping this weekend.
going to church on Sunday.
Wow.
Nothing much.
All right, interesting. Well, same
What
goes.
about you?
My weekends are always very busy. Most of the
Aw.
times, I always go into the weekend planning to want to rest and spend time with family. Find out that those weekends are when all the phone calls in Nigeria will come, and then you want to attend to some of these things as it demands. But well, happy weekend to all of you, and don't forget that you're part of this program. So while you're watching us, also drop your comments and your opinions as regard the headlines we're going to be talking about right here on the program. So connect with us also on all our social media platforms. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and of course on X, formerly known as Twitter. So yeah, look for us there as Tap TV and connect with us. Let's get right into it. And this time around, we're beginning with the This Day newspaper. And we're taking headlines from the top there. It says, PDP laments level of poverty, despondency across Nigeria under APC government. Says ruling party plotting one-party state. Catholic bishops seeks urgent action to arrest increasing hardship. We also see still on this day, it says CBN to sanction international women transfer operators over arbitrary rate quotes. Others. All right, page 5 is where details of that story is. We also go to the story. It says here, Ireti Kingibe promises to work with Wike Aduda. Orders to reinvent FCT after court's victory. All right, story in details is in page 10 of this day. President, I will permanently change Nigeria's narrative of poverty, insecurity, vows to work with purpose, work hard with purpose, I beg your pardon, determination, dedication, all right. Unlike predecessor, says nation not peopled by lazy citizens, pledges to reverse ugly trend, achieve possibilities. Interesting how, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is trying to change the narrative. Remember President Muhammadu Buhari, former president, came out to say Nigerian youths are very lazy and all of that. And here we are. Exactly.
That was when it started raining.
Of course, it trended so much, and up till when he left office, Nigerian youths, kept trolling him with that comment and saying, "Oh yeah, you say we are lazy, but of course we are one of the people that are really running the economy of this country in and out."
Limited opportunities.
Yeah.
Here. So
Of course.
we're really trying.
And then now Tinubu is, saying that, he doesn't believe that Nigerian youths are lazy. He believes that, they're hardworking, they're positive, they're dedicated, and he pledges.
To me, I feel it's like when you're killing someone and you're still praising the person.
Well,
trying to have your way in.
I don't know, but we've only had Tinubu in office for barely over 100 days.
100 days.
You cannot judge.
No, look at ever since he entered. Know that being in that seat or being on that seat is actually quite stressful. It's not an easy one, but the policy has been making has been affecting the welfare of Nigerians. So don't you think that even as for someone that entered just within 100 days, he has given Nigeria much hardship as they already are?
Sure.
You understand? So you saying that he just entered 100 days ago and all that, that we should give him chance. That's where you're driving at,
That's what
right?
I'm saying, because I say that because, despite the fact that I'm not a big fan of this administration, but I am a big supporter of a positive and a successful Nigeria. I want Nigeria to succeed. If Nigeria succeeds, either under Tinubu or any other government, it will really be of my advantage. It will create a more enabling and peaceful environment for me and my family, which is what most
Exactly.
Nigerians want. So me, I'm more of the opinion like uh, Nigeria was in a very bad place before this government took over office. It was
Yeah, right.
really in a very, very bad place. So whether it was Peter Obi, Atiku, or any other president that took over the office, they would have still
No,
been
I
in a
still
position, in a
disagree.
place where most Nigerians would be thinking, what is this man doing now? Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. Quite all right. When he came into power, the country is already in disaster, right? But for someone that just entered, I feel the best thing to do is to map out
Strategies,
plans.
yeah.
You understand? And not just, I feel that his regime are just bringing out policy without having a backup or the effect, thinking of the after effect of what that policy can do to Nigerians. You understand? I feel that once immediately he entered, the first policy he made was there was nothing like
Subsidy is
subsidy
gone.
is gone. And immediately he said that
A lot
everything,
happened.
a
There
whole
were
lot
there
of
were a
things,
lot
the
of ripple
prices of
effects,
goods,
yeah.
price of fuel and all that. So I feel that these things, yeah, subsidy is something that they've been clamoring for. Like the government has been threatening Nigerians that they remove it because of the exorbitant price amount they are spending. Quite
Yeah.
all right. But looking at it, this is something he's supposed to have at least plan, carefully
Yeah.
plan, not just saying
Before
he
removing
said
it.
it out of as if it's not like
So
it's none of his business.
so it's more
If you
like
are
he went with the approach of medicine after death. So
like
yeah,
this, like if you want, if you like, take it or not,
yeah.
he's still removing
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Oh
You
well,
understand?
we're going to continue more of that conversation. There's a lot to say when it comes to whether this government of today is doing the right thing or not. But then let's continue with the newspaper headlines. All right, if you agree or you don't agree with any of our comments there, please do well to drop your own reaction as regards that on the comment section. While we see the rest of the headlines on this day newspaper, we also see here Chicago State University confirms Tinubu attended institution, graduated in 1979, tells CBS as an educational institution, we are sometimes asked to provide information related to student records. Federal law known as FAPA, that's FERPA, the Family Education Rights and Privacy Act, protects the privacy of student records and limits what an institution can release. End of quotes. All right, if you need to get details of, stories surrounding Tinubu's certificate from the Chicago State University, all right, pick up a copy of Tuesday newspaper and jump to page 5. It's where you find details of that story. All right, let's talk about the certificate of the president that's been on the news for days now, where there's been this controversy about the president's certificate. What is happening? Is it really true that they went to that university? If he did go to that university, why is there so much controversies around what the real certificate is and where is the real certificate? The school has come out to put out a statement in a very reputable broadcast station, the CBS in the United States, saying that, oh yes,
Exactly.
he attended the university, but then they are doing that without putting out the original certificate. I say original certificate in quotes because there has been 2 other certificates signed by 2 different persons
Persons.
and with different, a lot of discrepancies. So can you
No,
just go over that
firstly,
story?
no, they claimed, during the presidential petition, this proceedings. So the article, the PDP presidential candidates article, Abubakar article,
Yeah.
came out to say that they that he brought a fake, not really fake, he brought certificates. So he proved that Tinubu, there was speculations actually. There was some speculation that he didn't, like, he has two results,
Yeah.
two certificates. One bears a girl's name and the other one a male's name. And he came out to say that, yeah, he actually attended Chicago University in 1979. But judging from what you are seeing, they say that the president that signed on the certificate, that's President Daniel, came in 1998, right? Yeah, 1998. And now I'm looking at, if this President Daniel actually arrived
The university,
at
the organization,
university, exactly, in 1998, then which Daniel are they talking about that they prove they're saying that that's the person that signed on the paper?
Yeah.
So I'm asking that if you look at it, you see that there are a lot of things surrounding that certificate.
Yeah.
So Tinubu should come out and tell us what's the actual truth. Yeah, the Chicago this thing came out to say that this result, that Tinubu actually went to their university. Quite all right. And that the reason why they didn't bring out the details was that they are not allowed.
Yeah, by law.
By law, you understand? So now him saying that he graduated in 1979. Quite all right. So what is the essence? He should tell us the difference. If that president, that's President Daniel, was the one that actually signed. Because Daniel came in 1998, but Tinubu finished 1979. So how is he related? And in terms of having two certificates, which is the one that bears a girl's name and him, and a male's name.
Yeah.
So which one is the original? There has been a whole lot of speculation. And they say in every rumor there must be atom of sense. You understand? And I feel that this whole result something is a wolf trying to prove himself. Quite all right. Because ever since he came out, the first day he declared himself as aspiring president. Quite all right. That he came out, ever since then, there has been a whole lot of digging from the opposition parties. Some people, there has been a lot of rumors, which he has not really confirmed. That's why I tagged it rumors. That's about him spending some certain amount of money, about the American government collecting some certain amount of money from him, about about a whole lot of things surrounding around his person. So, and there's been another one of having dual citizenship. So they have a whole lot of things around him. So he is under pressure. Yeah. And he has been constantly trying to prove himself. Starting from the situation whereby, for the instance where he went to Niger to demonstrate that he's a pro-democratic. And I'm feeling, don't you think him showing himself like that, quite all right, he is the chairman of ECOWAS, and as ECOWAS president, he's meant to bring himself at the forefront. But I'm asking you, if your house is on fire, won't you at least quench your house before helping your neighbor? Yeah, that's it. But the way he was going about it, I was like, okay, this is just a mere thought of mine, and I believe most Nigerians have the same or share the same thoughts as I do. And I'm asking, why would he be trying to eagerly prove himself of being a pro-democratic? And looking at what happened during the election, you see that it was opposite of democracy. A whole lot of things happened, killing, embezzlement, a whole lot of vandalization of properties. People died, people lost their lives. I can remember someone that was attacked because she was trying to vote for a certain candidate. And then in some polling units, some people were sent back. Like, for you not to vote, if you can't vote for a particular candidate, don't vote and all that. And you see that a whole lot of things was the election was characterized with a whole lot of things that is
All right.
that is negation to democracy.
Yeah.
And I'm asking myself,
Yeah. So, Kosi, I'd like you to round up so that we can
okay, and I'm
continue.
asking myself, how do you think that him trying to, like, don't you think that him trying to prove himself as pro-democratic person, don't you think ever since he entered this office, he has been constantly proving himself, and he's trying to make Nigerians believe that I am worthy for this job. But yes, he's trying to make Nigerians believe that he's worthy for this job. But there's another thing. The policies he's making is not for the well-being of Nigerians. You understand?
Yeah.
A whole lot of things. People are dying. I feel like the government should come down and see how things are being done.
Yeah.
I think maybe after seeing it, they'll have an insight of what Nigerians are going through. Because they say, until you wear that shoe, that's when you know how it's felt or the pains.
Yeah. All right. Interesting take there by Kosi. But then again, I've looked at the body language of the president. It appears to me as though he's very relaxed. He's not bothered about who is going out there to look out for how many certificates he has, because looking at the Nigerian, constitution as regards the seat of office he occupies, it doesn't require any any high level of certificate. It just requires a certificate from first school living certificates to be there.
No, but it requires honesty.
No, well, that is true. That he needs to, whatever records he is putting out there should be able to be. It should be a verifiable record.
Exactly.
And that's the ground. And it's on that ground that the opposition, being Atiku Abubakar, has been all about this certificate, that whatever you declared should be what you declared and nothing else. And he has been running everywhere to prove that Tinubu lied, to get to office. But while all of that is going on, the president appears to be very relaxed. I saw him yesterday at that meeting with delegates from River State, and he said that he was making trying to crack a joke, and he said that he has a secured office that the court has granted him.
Who do you expect when you've already aligned yourself with your allies?
So he said his job is secured, and so he can be doing more for Nigerians at this time. So, well, we don't know if his job is secured, and then that explains, or that makes me wonder what the opposition is still doing, trying to determine whether the certificate from the Chicago State University is correct or not. Tinubu and his, guys in the helm of affairs are doing their thing and moving the nations forward. All right, let's leave that story right now. We get into our next paper, and that will be the Daily Independent newspaper for today, the 15th day in the month of September 2023. And on the Daily Independent, we have as headline here, Jega Committee asked Tinubu to create Ministry of Livestock to end herders farmers clashes for future sector reforms. All right. We also see at the top there, federal government assures on releasing over $500 million foreign airlines trapped funds. All right, we move to the main headline here. It says, will resist APC turning Nigeria into one-party state. PDP says Supreme Court will correct errors in tribunal verdict. All right, Nigeria on pathway to sustainable economic prosperity. Page 7, and federal government is speaking there. Appeal Court voids Delta Tribunal rulings, affirms LP Okolie's election. Tribunal upholds LP Senators election in Edo South. All right, you find that story on page 7 of Daily Independent. Nigerian military kills 151 terrorists, captures 456. All right, page 29. It's where the full details is. TCN restores power after grid collapse, blamed on Kayenji Jebber 330 kV fire. All right, page 6 is where details of that story is. Tinubu sacks Nami, appoints Adedeji, FIRS AG chairman, appoints Aliyu Ahmed as federal commissioner and CEO of NCFRMI, engages Delu Yakubu as national coordinator, CEO of SIPA. Page 6 is where details of all of that is. And then the very last bottom strip we see here, as president, I'm not cut out for excuses. I'll create wealth, Tinubu. Abbas says his intervention in UAE visa ban, game changer. Right, all right, read the details of all of that story. And also see court reserves ruling on motion seeking to jail INEC chairman. That story is on page 6. All right, Kosi, let's get into the conversation. And this time we're going to the main headline, and it's saying here, will resist APC turning Nigeria into one-party state. The PDP, well, the PDP has been doing a lot of talking recently. And that's what I expect from any opposition party. Every opposition party should be vocal and be very critical about the runnings of state affairs.
To checkmate them.
Yes, yes, yes. And recently, the PDP has been very vocal about decisions and policies of this government. And this time around, they are, making statements against the opposition party, which is the APC, and they're saying that the APC wants to turn Nigeria into a one-party system. If you look at appointments, if you look at the way things are going, they are trying to ensure that the tribunal upturns most of the results in their favor. And that is beginning to make the PDP feel extremely uncomfortable. What's your take on that story?
Actually, my father always said that there's one Igbo adage always say, he said, I will speak it in Igbo, but onye nne nọ n'eluigwe ọ na-aga ọkụ more like he whom his father is in heaven, that the person cannot go to hellfire, right? And
Interesting.
The Constitution of Nigeria allowed the president to appoint the Chief Justice, right? And these tribunals, they are lawyers, right? And don't you think that it's just like you cannot buy the hand that feeds you? That's the adage I should use here now. There's no matter what happens, he's the sitting president, and no matter what happens, it's not easy to remove him from that seat, no matter what the opposition party does. And I understand the opposition party because they felt that their mandate was taken away from them.
Yes.
You understand? And it's their right to fight to get it. But in a situation whereby the judiciary are not independent as they claim to be, they always act in the favor of a certain party. And you won't blame them because this party, it's just like you appointed me and you don't expect me to go against you. Whether you say so or not, it's normal. It's maybe let's just say it's law of nature.
So you are questioning the integrity of the judges.
No, I'm not saying I'm not. It's not as if I'm questioning it, but over the years we've seen where they made some declarations, where they made some laws, or not really laws. When they implement some judgments, nothing will be done in terms of the MFLS case, where they ordered that MFLS should be released on 200 million bail. But what happened? The DSS came, took him away. Nothing has been done. The situation of Kano, when they even acquitted and discharged him, nothing was done. So, and I came to understand that, or let me say, I was asking myself, don't you think that the judiciary are high-sounding nothing? Like, they make noise, but nothing is being done. Don't you think they are toothless bulldogs that they just bark but they don't bite? And I'm asking myself, in a situation whereby the law, they say the supremacy of rule of law, that the law is meant to be above every other person, and in Nigeria, where we claim to have constitution, don't you think that at least the government should respect the rule of law, which states that nobody is above the law? The law is above everybody. And on standing on that, I feel that if the judiciary actually says, or if they are actually free and independent as they claim to be, a whole lot of policies or a whole lot of judgment they passed supposed to be have implemented, but nothing was done in some cases. So, firstly, if you want to tackle a problem, you should get it from the root, right? And getting it from the root is ensuring that the judiciary are independent so they can act without fear
Well,
or favor.
yeah, interesting. Judiciary being independent in Nigeria, well, some would say that that's a very, very long.
That's why I'm saying
it's far
that
from,
the
being far
1999
from happening.
constitution should be reviewed.
Yeah, no,
A
there's
whole
a
lot.
lot. There's a lot that needs to be revisited in Nigeria. Our constitution, that also the electoral constitution that is also supportive of the fact that you win, you win election and get into office before the tribunal begins to look into the circumstances surrounding the election. That is something that I find
Exactly.
very ridiculous, because just like you were painting that picture of the president being the boss of all the judges, how is it possible that they will go up against him and then upturn his election? That means they are not entirely independent.
Independent. They are not. And that's
So
why, as of last 3 or 4 months, we are clamoring for independence. They want to sit on their own. So,
yeah, so that's something they need to look at. Our electoral laws is, constitutionally needs to be looked at, and some of these things. So when elections issues, matters come up, and people are complaining here and there,
Exactly.
somebody shouldn't be in the helm of affairs while they are trying to look at the case. I mean, they can easily be influenced and all of that. So yeah, that's one matter that federal governments and the House of Assembly would need to really critically look at once more. All right, let's continue the headlines, but that will be after this very short break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in a short while to take our last paper for the day. We'll be right back.
Hey there! Are you looking to record your videos, do your voiceovers, and take your professional pictures? Look no further. With our state-of-the-art newsroom, photography, kitchen for our food content creators, and exclusive children's studio, we certainly can deliver the best studio experience. Our carefully designed studio space can bring your diverse creative content ideas to life. We aim to consistently serve value to our customers far and wide. Come, let Tharv Media give life to your dreams. Tharv Media, a slice of infotainment.
All right, welcome back from that short break, and thank you so much for watching up to this time. We're still taking the newspaper headlines, and this time we're going to the Friday leadership. And the Friday leadership here reads with its headline, First Class Accountant Adedeji replaces Nami as FIRS chairman. All right, details on page 7 of the Friday leadership. We also see here we have 431 billion naira to pay road contractors. Omahi speaking there. And the main headline on the Friday leadership says 2 weeks after 180 billion naira palliatives, hardship persists in states. Governor's foot drag as residents question distribution processes. Senate carpets NLC over alleged 100 million naira palliatives. And details of all of that is on page 4 of the Friday leadership. We also see on the Friday leadership, Nigeria has no business with poverty, Tinubu speaking. And page 7 is where details of that story is. We'll move to the bottom. It says LP, Soyinka trade words over party's defeat in 2023 polls. And also Libya, flood death toll hits 11,000, 20,000 missing. Wow. The other day when this news broke, I'm very saddened.
And to think that within that North Africa, that something happened in Morocco too.
Yes.
Earthquake.
I
And
mean, the level of natural, crisis, disasters that have hit, that region is alarming. In Morocco, we're talking about in Morocco, over 4,000 people were confirmed dead. A lot of people still missing, and in Libya, 11,000 confirmed dead, and 20,000 people still missing. You can imagine the humanitarian crisis that is already in that country, the fear of disease outbreak, and then the fact that these 20,000 people that are still missing, only God knows what has happened to them already.
This flood can wipe away an entire generation.
I mean, and they said this was as a result of a dam that, got broken and, overflowed its bank.
A lot of deaths happens in Africa and that could have been avoided.
It's sad. It's really sad. All right, we'll take this headline too. TCN blames grid collapse on fire outbreak. Page 91 is where details is. And lastly, Biden's son, Hunter, indicted of federal gun charges. Page 85 is where you get details of that story. All right, let's get into our conversation today. And it's about, the 180 billion naira palliatives that, people are crying about. It says 2 weeks after 180 billion naira palliatives, hardship persists in states. Governors food drag as residents question distribution process. So a lot of people are wondering that the federal government had, distributed or announced the distribution of about 500 billion naira to states to begin to help mitigate the hardship that a lot of Nigerians were plunged into once the subsidy was removed.
The day they made that, the day he signed that, the bill, the day he signed it, I knew that that palliative,
People were going to siphon
it's
it.
just a charade. Like, to me, I feel it's an avenue to loot more money by the government. I'm serious. Palliative, if you remember what happened after the COVID, when people were trying to survive and all that, where they started seeing some
Warehouses.
palliative warehouse, and you'd be like, how can so they have this type of food and they left it? Some of the foods were spoiled, and people were dying.
That's long ago. Recently in Bayelsa State, after the flooding of last year, the heat, Bayelsa and some other states, we found out. You saw it in the videos, you saw it on news, where they discovered a warehouse filled with palliatives meant for people that were, suffering during that flooding, and these foods were already expiring. And what's the reason behind them, having it stock there and not sharing it to the poor people that really need these food items?
Most times they just keep it because they are waiting for election period, where they can use it to campaign and all that.
Oh yeah, we also saw in one of the news reports that a governor in, I think it was Adamawa State, had already started putting his face on these, palliatives that are being distributed. And then the question of, are you the one giving us this, palliative, or it is the federal government? Why is your face on all of these, bags of rice or salt or whatever? Why are you doing that?
And in some states, there have been some reports that in some states that 10 persons were meant to share half bag of rice.
Yeah.
10 persons, half bag of rice. Whoa, how much? Like, some persons went home angry because they went home with just 5 cups of rice. Palliative. How would this cushion the effect of the suffering Nigeria are going through? There's something they normally say that when you give a hungry man food, you're not helping the person.
Yeah.
You only teach them how to fish. You don't give them fish, else you keep on giving. You understand? But once you teach them, you freed yourself. Why not use that palliative money? 500 billion is not a small money.
It's not.
And complete at least one refinery for it to start running. Why not use it to set up something that will benefit Nigeria in the long run? You understand? Now, get it, because they know that once they use it, they won't be able to loot some or embezzle some. You understand? Bringing those things, that 500 billion, this is what we are talking, 500 billion naira, is not a small money. You understand? And now the president has promised that by December 2023, that the refinery is going to work. And I'm asking how is it going to be possible? So I feel that the government, there are a lot of things they are supposed to do. And I applaud the Sokoto government because they actually did something that I like with the money. They provided 50 buses,
highest buses, Toyota highest buses,
with 20 Camry cars that would be transporting some persons. And they also provided bags of maize to be used for farming and all that, which is right, which is the right thing to do. You understand? It's at least the buses, it helps in the long run, even though it won't reach everybody. But at least it makes some impact.
It eases the stress.
Exactly.
And just like River State too, you know, the River State Governor Fubara Siminalayi, also took the same path when he, you know, released about over 30 buses to the streets.
As I was walking one certain time, I saw they were saying free bus, free bus.
Yeah, it's actually a free bus, and it's been running
Exactly.
for about a month or two.
It's nice.
And so that's a very good move. Instead of, you know, buying bags of rice and all of that, that people still hoard to use during election in their favor. Why don't you do things that are tangible? People can actually say, all right, so every morning to go to work, I will target jumping or getting on the free bus to my destination, so that can help me to save 500 naira, 200 naira, whatever it is. Because I think most of the hardship that people are facing is in terms of transportation, moving from one location to the other. The prices of doing so have gone up so much. Yeah, traveling to Lagos by bus before now, it used to be about, say, maybe between 8 and 10,000 naira. But right now, to go to Lagos is between 18 and 30,000 naira, depending on what kind of bus you're boarding. Yes, and all of that. So kudos to those governors that are thinking outside the box and are doing or getting it right. Enugu State Governor is one of those governors that did not just use the 2 billion naira to buy these bags. He added an additional bags of rice, 50,000 bags of rice, to the numbers that the money could afford. And they're trying to, the committee has also set up, is also ensuring that these food items get to the very right persons. And we hope that other state governors, I also saw a report about the Cross River State Governor doing the same thing. So yes, the governors that are really taking the part of ensuring that the poorest of the poorest people around us get these food items, because let's be factual here. Let's be very straight and logical. These food items will not feed a family of even two for more than a week.
It's not.
Aha. So while
what about after the week elapsed?
What happens? What happens? So while it is so poor as to what the government is dishing out, please let them do it properly. Let people feel the impact of the government's intervention on you know, the citizens. All right, that's all we take today. I want to thank you so much, Kosi, for making it to the program. And to our viewers, thank you for watching the newspaper review. Don't forget to drop your comments and reactions. We want to hear from you, and of course, make this very interactive. Until next time, we come your way again. My name is William Sabule, and this has been the newspaper review on TAP TV.